Time has finally come for my special guest. I would like to give a very warm good morning to Gaetano Zaccone. Good morning to you, Gaetano.
Good morning to you, Caterina, and good morning also to all the listeners of Radio NBC. You're right. And
What an absolutely beautiful voice, because Gaetano is currently a professional music producer and also a talented DJ, but previously he was also a popular radio host, even right here at Radio NBC. Isn't that right, Gaetano?
we're talking about 40 years ago.
40 years ago, wow, that was almost at the very beginning of the radio, because Radio NTC is 45 years old. And one thing that really struck me in this biography you sent me, you told me that as a radio host, you truly learned the importance of words of silence and of communication.
Radio, in fact, what I learned from radio is that I don't actually see what's happening. Who's driving, who's listening to you, maybe while they're doing housework. And on the other hand, using the terms that were most appropriate for communicating to make listening enjoyable was really about searching for the right word, the right moment to address everything.
And I know that today many of your friends are listening to you, so this is an event that goes beyond regional borders today. Caterina is here on NBC Radio. Why are they listening to you? From where? Gaetano?
Thank you for giving me the chance to greet all these people. And then my fan base is mostly international since I produce foreign music. This is actually my first Italian record. People are listening to me from Argentina, from Germany, from Brazil. There are some guys in Nigeria who collaborate with me. And then there's the whole team from our first label, which is Music Therapy. And
so let's get right to that. So you started out as a radio host, then you became a DJ, and then a music producer. And the song we're going to listen to today, called Siamo Ancora Qui, is your first one in Italian, right, Gaetano?
Exactly. After a series of songs, I thought it was the right time, especially at such a significant moment in my life since I just turned 60. So it seemed like the right moment to take stock and share something. And that's when a whole new world opened up for me. I thought, it's time to communicate in my own language, which is the best thing, and to give the audience the chance to really understand what it is. Anyway, the feeling that each of us experiences, it's not that I want to explain anything to anyone. I don't have the arrogance to say this is what's happening in the world, but it was what was happening to me, what I was seeing. In these past years, we've definitely seen a lot of things on television that have affected us in some way. And I brought a bit of the history of all these things into this song.
And it's also a bit autobiographical, which kind of represents, because as you said, now it can represent each of us, right? Absolutely. The moment lived in one's own life, and you can find yourself in the words of your song. In this case, it was the same for you too.
I almost felt the need to scream. I don't know if you've ever found yourself in a room, and in that moment you feel such a strong need to let out something that's happening. I did it through music, and I did it with words. You reach a certain point where you really want to say, wait, let me sum things up. What's happening? What's important to me? Because I managed to match words together, trying to give real meaning to every aspect. The video will be released too, so it will be even easier to grasp a series of concepts that led me to write this song.
I heard the voice of this singer who sings the song Siamo Ancora Qui, which you produced, and it really struck me.
It struck a lot of people, right?
His name is Gaetano.
He's a very talented singer, a rapper, a ghostwriter, and on top of that, he's the real deal behind a singer, Caterina Foti. And she's this Albanian girl who is among the most popular, and he writes almost 90% of the lyrics for her.
We were also talking off mic about how we really have so many very talented artists. Unfortunately, they don't get noticed unless they're part of really important record labels or talent shows like Amici. But instead, Gaetano, for our friends who are listening and would like to follow you, where can they find you on social media? On
Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. Most importantly, there's Spotify, where you can actually find everything. Everything I create is there, and not just this Italian track, but also everything from our platform with the team of DJs and musicians that I work with.
And you're also a fantastic DJ, because I've had the pleasure of listening to you and dancing to the songs you've played. And on New Year's Day, you were truly amazing at the Murano thermal baths. You really got everyone dancing. It felt like being in Cortina at that moment. It was a wonderful atmosphere.
From the cold, right? From the cold, yes, I assure you, from the cold.
So Gaetano, thank you, and I look forward to having you back here at Radio NBC for more guest appearances. Pleasure. So I'll let you introduce your song.
Thanks again to NBC. Thanks to all the listeners. We're still here.